Hey, Mike. What's up?
Hey Nick, what's up?
Nothing much. Just watched some event. Well, one event and read about another event. I want to watch the event later. And that's like all we're talking about today. How you doing?
hmm What events are you talking about? I'm good.
Well, we're talking about the Facebook Connect event, which is smaller, and the PlayStation 5 event
Ooh,
that happened today, which we have
that
both
was
now
a
seen.
that was a pretty impressive Sony event there. What'd you think?
It was I was pretty pogged the whole time. I was fully erect the whole time. It was really good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you know that pre-orders are live right now? People are
I thought
scrambling
I
for them.
I thought it was tomorrow.
No, they're live now. Do you want to
Oh,
stop recording?
fuck. Are you kidding me?
No, I swear to God.
What the shit? How are they live right now?
Different places you can go to physical GameStop and pre-order. I saw there's pre-orders have been going on and off at like Walmart. I don't believe Amazon wasn't live as of a couple minutes ago. It might be
Amazon
now.
Amazon is not live right now. That's what I just looked up.
Walmart has gone in and out. You can. I know people are saying that they're going to GameStops like immediately and pre-ordering in person because they're limited to. A couple people said five per store. That might
Yeah.
not be accurate. It's hard to say.
All right. Well, anyway,
It's probably too late
we'll get
to
to it. We'll
do it
get to it.
immediately.
This is what you're
Okay.
playing. This is what you're playing. A weekly podcast where we talk about the biggest
Oh,
stories in gaming and also the games that we're playing. My name is Nick from He's Bag Games. This is Mike T, my long college buddy, who's a huge nerd, and
that's true. All that's true.
that's what we do here. Do you have any housekeeping?
No, I don't.
I
Do
don't
you?
think I really do either right now. Except no, I got nothing right now. I think we should just start talking about this stuff, and I'm going to talk first about the Connect event. So Facebook sucks. I think we can all agree this,
Connect event.
huh?
Connect event. Was that what it's
The
called?
Facebook Connect event, yes, Facebook Connect
Oh,
7. So I mean, Facebook can mostly go fuck itself, but they do have one product that I really enjoy, and that is the Oculus. Facebook bought Oculus years ago, maybe 3, 4 years ago, and
was it that long ago?
something like that. I want to say 3 years ago, and
I mean, you're probably right. It that feels. Maybe it was that long ago. Yeah.
and you enjoy the Oculus products, right?
Well, I don't personally own them. I played yours, which I was very impressed with.
Which immediately
I don't.
made you
I
go
don't.
get a PlayStation VR, right?
Yes, which is still good, and I would say compares, but Oculus has it beat in a lot of ways. At least the setup that I played, the
Yeah,
ability to go like 360 and not be tethered to so many wires,
yeah.
really impressive. And which leads into today's event, right?
Yes. So the product that they have that I love that most people love is the Quest, which is their standalone product. It's more or less like an Android system running in a headset. And the Quest 2 was leaked a few days ago, but I don't think we got prices. But now we got prices. The Quest 2. This is even crazier to me. The Quest 2 ships October 13th. The 64.
Wow, that's extremely soon.
Yes, the 64 gigabit model is $300, and the 256 gigabit version is $400. Um, and the thing with the Quest 2 is that it's got basically double the resolution per eye, double the processing power, double the resolution. Um, it is just sexier basically in every way. It's lighter, it's smaller.
Hmm.
And the thing that I like the most about it is that it's going to have a Wi-Fi 6 antenna.
Oh,
And what makes that good is because there's a third-party application out there, which I have used in the past, called Virtual Desktop, which is brilliant.
hmm
So Oculus Quest, like I said, it's a standalone headset, right? You play the games that are made for Quest, but it has a secondary function where you can plug it into a high-powered PC, and then you can turn it into a PC VR headset, right? So
wow.
it's got the best of both worlds. But what's very cool, this fella makes this application called Virtual Desktop, which over your Wi-Fi can simulate the Oculus Connect connection or the Oculus Link connection, so that if you have a fast enough router, you can play PC VR games untethered over your Wi-Fi. And I actually played Half-Life Alyx that way with very little problems. But I did run into some problems. It was not perfect. And with Wi-Fi 6 being available for this headset, and you would have to get a Wi-Fi 6 router, that will make that whole thing incredible. Like, I don't know why anyone would buy any other Oculus device besides the Quest. So that's their first announcement.
Interesting.
Yes. Their second announcement is that the Rift is going away, but PC VR isn't, which is interesting to me. So Facebook is retiring the Rift S next year, but they're still pushing their PC exclusive VR games, including Respawn's upcoming Medal of Honor, which is supposed to be amazing.
Okay.
It's banking on the Oculus Quest 2's Link feature, which lets users plug their mobile headsets into the PC via USB-C. So it's like they're just totally ditching their PC VR lineup. I'm sorry, not their lineup, their hardware, and it's just going to be the Quest now. So this makes me think that the Wi-Fi 6 adapter is in there because they want to release their own wireless adapter for the headset that will connect to your PC. And I really hope that's going to be a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at some facts on this right here off of Gizmodo from Sam Rutherford, who's talking about, different battery life, different specs here for it, especially prices for the Link cable you're talking about. It's $80.
Yeah. I do have it. I have it somewhere around here.
Okay. So would you recommend Oculus? That's your preferred VR?
I think the Oculus Quest is a brilliant device. I absolutely love the thing. Currently, my girlfriend's borrowing it because I don't have much room down here, and she got incredibly obsessed with it super quickly. Mostly Beat Saber.
Beat Saber's great.
Yep. So the next announcement, I guess, is that they're making smart glasses with Ray-Ban. I'll have to look into that more, but that could, I guess, deliver on the promise of Google Glass that we had years ago.
Google Glass, smart glasses for someone who wears glasses would be so cool.
Yeah, they would be. I haven't watched the video yet.
I'm already wearing them. If I could zoom in on things or switch to some kind of, I don't know, phone display or all sorts of stuff, it'd be very fascinating to do. Of course, they'd have to do it without giving you a horrible headache.
Okay.
But I'm sure that's why they're going to test it.
We shall see. And then Quest is getting Facebook Messenger, fitness tracking, and Infinite Office. I don't care at all about that. And there's going to be more Star Wars games, a Warhammer games, an Assassin's Creed game. That sounds like it could be neat. Really, I mean, the big announcement here is the Quest 2, how soon it's coming out, these two price points. I think I would have to go for the $400 version because, as I said before, they're doubling pixel density and stuff like that. Like, the games are just going to be chunkier. So if you're mostly using it for the built-in library and not for the PC library, I think you should probably go for the 256 gigabit option.
Well, it's good to see that VR is not dead because another event that we saw did not mention VR whatsoever, and a little concerning for Oculus's competitors, I guess, but I'm sure good for Facebook.
You're talking about the PlayStation event didn't mention VR at all?
No, not at all. Did you notice that?
I don't expect them to. I feel like they're not gonna.
Well, that was the big, thing. What's going on with VR? Is there going to be a VR for PS5? Was it just a niche thing? Has Sony abandoned it already?
I feel like it would have to be a whole new platform. You'd have to buy all new stuff because the controllers no longer have the light bar.
Well, it's true, but I mean, you could do some kind of attachment for it.
I suppose. But, how much stuff...
I mean...
I hear what you're saying. I feel like I wouldn't want to put an attachment on my controller for I don't know. They would have to have their own controllers, and they would have to use like IR sensors, like all the other systems do.
Yeah, well, I'm
Anyway,
just saying, for like, I enjoy VR, but like, this might be a better option. If there's not another way for me to get VR games, and I'm interested in them,
Mike,
I feel like,
I cannot recommend the Quest enough. I absolutely love the Quest. I only have problems with it when I try to do things outside of the bounds of what it's supposed to do, like when I'm trying to get virtual desktop to work. I have gotten it to work, but it's not always awesome.
yeah,
But like the software that is designed for Oculus Quest is great. And
hmm
there's no wires. You just paint like your play area and you can see because there's like cameras on it, so you can like see through the headset basically. The thing is great. The thing is brilliant. I imagine the Quest 2 will be much better.
okay. Well, very fascinated to see. Do you think you'll be getting one?
I probably will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course you will.
Yeah. It's really hard for me.
Nice.
I love VR. I love it. I love wireless VR. I love tetherless VR. So I got to do it.
Can you stream VR? Probably not.
Yes, you can. There are ways to do it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. But I don't know if I want
okay.
my fat ass on camera all day. All right. So, are you ready to talk about this?
I've been ready. I've been waiting for this for a while.
All right. Well, you start talking about it.
All right. Sony finally had their big PlayStation 5 showcase event. It's official. It is coming out this year. Xbox went, what was that, 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago?
I think a week ago.
It was, I think it was a week ago. So Sony was kind of forced to finally show specs, prices, release date, games. And I'm on board.
Oh my god, I'm so on board.
I'm fucking in it, man. It started with the little showcase of some different games, but we got some hard hitting announcements, some stuff we'd already seen, but we got a little bit more information on.
Yeah.
I
think we should just go in order.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about the price first, or release date, or just talk about what they showed?
Well, let's talk about it at the end. I really want to talk about Final Fantasy 16. Oh my god.
16.
What was the last? I can't remember the last time I watched a trailer for a new Final Fantasy game, and I was like, immediately, yes, I'm in. Like, it's set in like a medieval setting. It reminded me of Ivalice a lot.
Yep.
It reminded me of Final Fantasy IV, like Cecil and Rosa and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. This is guys with some face tattoos. Did you see those guys?
I did see those guys. They seem to be some kind of guards, I believe. They're like, I think they're guards to that kid, like that prince or whatever.
Yeah, they said something about Kingsguard.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
They play like the Final Fantasy theme plays in this actual trailer, which is like insane to me. I never thought I'd hear it again.
Yeah, we saw some chocobos. We saw some summons. We saw Shiva.
We saw Shiva, Ifrit, Titan is in there too, I think.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks similar, I would say, to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes.
From what I saw, it didn't look like there was a party system, though. It looked like you were controlling one character and there was nobody else.
Yeah, it looked like more 7 than Final Fantasy. What was the last console? Was that 15?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, 15's battle system was actually pretty good.
It was all right.
I think 7's was better, but no, 15's is fun.
Yeah.
Better than some other ones I won't mention. But I'm very excited by the gameplay, by what they showed. It is like a crystal game, which, is like a big Final Fantasy theme. You're always saving a fucking crystal.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Get back to the fucking crystals. I got no problems with that.
Yeah.
The thing about this is that it really felt like Final Fantasy to me. It felt like how it felt when like new PlayStation Final Fantasy was, PlayStation 1 like Final Fantasies would come out. It made me think of Super Nintendo and PlayStation. Like, sure, all the characters are like very pretty or whatever, but they're not like J-pop stars. Like in Final Fantasy 15. Do you know what I mean? It looked like there's like political intrigue in it, and like Warring kingdoms trying to get like the power of the crystals or whatever to sway power in their favor. It looked like it had like a deep story and it wasn't silly bullshit. It looked serious. It
Well,
looked
I wouldn't say that
serious.
just yet.
I know.
We don't know 100% for sure. They're going to put in some silly bullshit.
The monster. Well,
You
there's
know.
there's a difference between silly bullshit and Final Fantasy silly bullshit. Like chocobos and moogles are silly bullshit that is acceptable. That's Final Fantasy silly bullshit. But I don't know. Like, I know people love Final Fantasy X, but I feel like that's when the silly bullshit really started. And
Yes, unfortunately, yes. 10 and especially 10-2, which I've never played, but I've seen quite a bit of. That's when the pop star stuff got really infused with Final Fantasy, I feel
yeah,
like.
I just don't understand that shit. I don't get. I mean, it might be a culture thing or whatever, but like, I just want like a medieval ass Final Fantasy game, and it kind of looks like a medieval ass Final Fantasy game, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The 15, we originally saw the trailer for that as Final Fantasy Versus 13,
Yeah,
and the trailer for that was like '06 or '07, dude.
yeah, that was a long time ago.
Like that was for like the PS3 launch event.
Yeah,
This is how long ago we're talking. So to see it true, I mean, granted, they revamped it, but they folded stuff into it. If you watch that original trailer, you will see some of the same characters are
yeah.
in Versus 13, end up in 15. So this is the first real Final Fantasy sequel that we've seen in a very long time, very very long time. I'm pumped. This is one of the coolest announcements I saw today. It wasn't the only cool one though. Do you want to talk about Miles Morales?
I do just want to say this immediately pogged me up for the whole rest of the event because
Oh yeah.
it's a huge franchise and it spoke to me immediately. So I was like, okay, I'm strapped in. I'm dialed in now.
Yeah.
You
And
talk
this is PS5 exclusive, by the way.
PS5 console exclusive. It said,
Console exclusive.
but
Yes.
I did notice a story that said like it looks like maybe the PC part got backpedaled already. It might just be a PS5 exclusive for the time being.
Well, Sony and Square are close.
Oh yeah,
Square Enix makes games for other consoles. It's not like they don't. They made Traveler recently for Switch, original game there.
yep,
Nintendo's still getting stuff. Xbox doesn't tend to get original games, but they do get ports of a lot of these. But
yeah.
if PlayStation puts some of the funding up, they can certainly dictate some of the terms. So
Yeah. All right.
if that's the case, I'm not 100% sure on that. I know they did some for Final Fantasy VII remake.
Do you want to talk about Miles?
Yes. Did you watch this?
Yeah, I watched everything except for Devil May Cry because I don't care, and
Yeah.
what was the other one? Call of Duty because I don't care.
Okay. Well, I skipped the Hogwarts one, but I'm not that into Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So, anyway, unless you have something you want to say about it, I'll say just talk about
No,
Miles Morales.
yeah. What's up? Well, Miles is the next one in the line, so go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So, I'm a huge, huge fan of the PS4 Spider-Man game. I think it was one of the best games this generation. I think swinging around was so freaking fun. Squirting your little spider goo on people and throwing them around, beating the shit out of them, getting electric fists, all the different suits from the comics and
You had
movies.
to say spider goo. You had to say squirting your spider goo.
I was wondering if you were going to say anything about
Of course, yeah. I mean, you set me up. All right, go ahead. Just go ahead.
No. Well, anyway, squirting your goo on everyone was just great,
Yeah.
and I'm a huge, huge fan of that game. Miles Morales is going to be a launch title for PS5.
It's
They
fucking
showed,
bananas.
yes.
Ugh.
Now, there's speculation if this is a full game or if this is like an add-on. Insomniac has confirmed that it is like a full game length.
Yeah.
But it is based on the Spider-Man engine. You can see it very clearly. The gameplay is very, very, very reminiscent of the original Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
I saw the R1, L1 prompts to grab stuff and swing it around
Yep.
and hit people, web them. He was moving very reminiscent of Spider-Man, so it's going to be very similar gameplay. And I say, bring it on.
Yeah, the worst thing about the first
Yeah.
Spider-Man game is that it ended. So if you're like,
Yes.
if you're giving me more of it, I would have bought like 3 more DLCs. That first, I thought they were gonna do
Yeah.
more DLC. You know?
I was surprised they didn't. I bet that they realized partway through that they should just, go all in on another game
Yeah.
instead of, doing, because the DLC story was, the first one was good, the second one was decent, the third one just didn't even make any sense.
Yeah,
but
it got
whatever.
pretty weird. You got pretty weird.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Hammerhead in his giant mech suit it was kind of embarrassing at one point.
Yeah.
It looked really stupid.
Yeah.
Looked really, really stupid. But gameplay, it didn't matter. It was so fun. And they ramped up the difficulty with the enemies where they were slowly, you went from just the common criminals to some, higher geared criminals to some high tech criminals.
Yeah.
To people that have like that Silver Sable, was that her name?
Yeah. Sable.
Yeah, Sable's gear where they had the rocket launchers and
They had the shit
jetpacks and all sorts of.
Was there also something that like detained you or something like that? Like not like a net gun, but I remember there was something that like slowed your movement or like stopped your movement or stunned you or something like that. I remember that being a huge pain to deal with. I could have sworn there was something.
I
like
just
that.
remember the jetpacks. The jet guys were very annoying. They flew all around the screen real quick, and they took a lot of damage. And you were usually fighting them with like guys with the rocket launchers in the background, just that could and snipers and all sorts of stuff, just could really mess you up. Plus, there was a lot of people with like electric gear that would stun you and it would blur the vision in the game.
So I mean,
maybe that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, I think so. Well, the thing I wanted to mention about this game that I thought was neat right off the bat, like the tone is a little bit different, which is fucking really neat. Like I don't know if you noticed when he was fighting. I remember in the last Spider-Man, it was kind of like whimsical, like a score when you were fighting, and in this one, it was like these like acid with like hip hop beats behind it, like.
Okay.
It was like way more upbeat and just like more Miles Morales, I guess, like more what was that movie that came out? Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like the tone of the music was very Into the Spider-Verse, and I was totally down for it. The costume looks dope. I'm liking that. I like the new. I don't know much about Miles, but I know he has some interesting abilities. Right? He's got like he can go invisible, and he's got like that electric shock thing going on.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know a ton about him either.
Yeah.
I know I read a lot of Ultimate Spider-Man, the original, but I stopped before he was introduced, so I don't know a ton about him. So I know he crossed over to the main. Oh, go ahead.
Miles has some shit that Peter doesn't have, and for sure is he can go invisible. And I wonder if they'll like try to put some more like stealth-esque sections in there. Because of that stealth ability, which could totally be fun. It'd be a little
absolutely
a little bit Arkham, a little Arkham-y.
And just to talk about it real fast, the end, because it did show not just gameplay but some like cutscene where he's webbing 2 sections of a bridge that's falling apart together, and he like pulls them together. That felt very like classic Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's very. I was thinking about that too. Very Amazing Spider-Man 2 is what it felt like. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I was thinking like Spider-Man 2, like with the train.
It's not called Amazing Spider-Man. It's just called Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man is the one with Garfield or whatever, right?
Yes, that's the one with Andrew Garfield.
Those ones are terrible. Forget I said that.
Well, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is like notoriously bad with Electro and fucking what's his name as Rhino at the end, the guy from Sideways.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyway, that's ridiculous.
The guy from Sideways, it's not Paul Giamatti, is it?
Yes, it's Paul Giamatti.
I don't think I saw that one.
Are you serious? Look up Paul Giamatti Rhino. Seriously. I remember, this is in the movie. This is real.
No way. Paul Giamatti
as
the Rhino. Oh my god.
Yes, he's got face tattoos.
Oh, and he's in just like a rhino suit,
Yes.
like a metal suit. Oh my god, that's
Yes,
so
he's the
bad.
Rhino. Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so bad.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is weird. Um, but this is going to be good. This actually makes me want to go back and read some more Miles Morales comic books to learn more about the
Yeah.
character, because I thought that was really cool how they introduced him in the first game, where he's like your character that you're seeing the world of Spider-Man through his eyes, because Peter Parker's already been Spider-Man for a while.
Yeah.
Um, I'm wondering, where Peter Parker is in this game, because I don't want to spoil too much about the last game, but there's certainly um, kind of like a team, I would say, by the end. Like, maybe not a team. Yeah, well, I guess I'll just spoil it then. Like, Miles is kind of learning from Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So you got to assume that he's in the game somewhere.
Yeah. You would think. Um,
Yeah.
but it looks awesome. It says holiday 2020, so I don't know if that's going to be
No,
right
that's
at what
launch, though.
it is launch day.
Yeah. Yes, that's confirmed for launch.
Okay. And then the next thing
Um,
announced was Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, which I don't know what the fuck it is. I mean, I watched it. It's an RPG clearly, but it feels like it's a games as a service game. It feels like it's an MMO or something like that. You said you didn't watch it, but like they're like, oh, you can create your legacy at Hogwarts and all this shit, and then it's like, but then there's a world beyond Hogwarts, and it shows you like them fighting skeletons and monsters and stuff, and it looks like, I mean, it looked fine. The graphics were cool. The combat looked kind of neat. But I can't say exactly how it's going to play or what the game is specifically. It looked like an MMO to me from what I could see.
yeah, I didn't watch this one. I'm kind of down on Harry Potter these days.
Yeah.
A lot of negative Harry Potter news
Well,
going on most of the time.
there's a lot of negative J.K. Rowling news. I mean,
Yeah, but unfortunately that creeps into the Harry Potter too,
yeah,
which I know that this was kind of delayed, them showing this because
because she can't shut her
what's been
goddamn
going on.
mouth.
Apparently, I don't know a ton about that situation. I've um, but I've never been a huge Harry Potter fan anyway,
Yeah, I think it's
so this
fine.
is
It's
probably not
fine.
for me.
I
I'm
I might
a
check it
little
out. I
old.
don't know.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, you kidding me? People, 30-year-olds are obsessed with Harry Potter still. People, when it was like big,
Yeah,
my friend Jesse doesn't shut the fuck up about Harry Potter. The last girl I dated before this one couldn't shut the fuck up about Harry Potter. I don't get it.
yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
it's fine. It's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then after that
Anyway,
was, yeah, let's just skip it. And after that was Black Ops, Cold War. I didn't watch it. It's,
I didn't either. Good that we're getting more Call of Duty, I guess.
whatever. What do you mean good? It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that we're getting more Call of Duty. And it was like a gameplay
Yeah,
trailer. I mean, it was I think it was mostly a story trailer. It's for the story missions. It's not, they show some gameplay. It looked, it's guys shooting other guys with guns. It's Call of Duty.
yeah.
It looks very pretty,
Anyway,
you know. I
what was
don't
next?
I don't care. After that, Resident Evil Village gameplay trailer reveal.
Yes. So I did watch this.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, this is the second trailer, because we did see a different one, which kind of did like a almost like a red herring in the beginning, where you didn't know it was Resident Evil till the end. And this started with them with like Chris Redfield, so it was immediately like, oh, this is Resident Evil.
Chris Redfield
Um,
and the other, is it the other guy talking to the guy for, I always forget his name, the guy from Seven.
I didn't play Seven, so I don't know. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think he is in it. What is his name? Oh God, I can't remember. Ethan. Ethan. That's his name. Ethan. You should play that, man.
Okay.
You should play Resident Evil 7. That's a good game.
Yeah, I should. I've beaten 4, 5, and 6,
Why would you
so I
beat
should.
5 and 6?
I don't know. I
Uh,
did though.
7 doesn't really have much to do with anything else. Mostly.
Yeah, no, I know a bit about Seven, how it's a lot different. And it's almost like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of
Yeah,
like weird
but the thing that's good about it is,
family story.
yeah, it's a family. It's about family. It's
Yeah,
in
and
it's
that's
in
what's so powerful about it.
yeah, it's in first person, but it feels a lot like Resident Evil 1 or 2
Hmm.
in the way that it plays. Or I should say the tone that it gets, the feeling it evokes is very 1 and 2 and 3. It's very good. You should
Okay.
definitely play it. But do you have anything else to say about
Yeah.
this here?
No, I mean I think it looked good though. What about you? What do you anything else for you?
I'm interested, but it just looks like a hodgepodge of ideas that I don't know how to put together. Like
Hmm.
including the first trailer, it's like, okay, there is zombies and vampires and werewolves. Is it just all the monsters, like of 1930s golden age Hollywood, like slammed into one game that's going to be super violent? Like, of course, I'm going to play it. I'm sure it's going to be awesome, but like, I feel
Hmm.
like I don't totally get it yet.
You're not meant to get it yet.
Yeah.
So we're just meant to tickle you a little,
Did they give us a date?
tickle
No,
your fancy.
there's no date on that.
There was no date on that. No.
Yeah. All right, and then after that was Deathloop. Did you watch that one?
No, I didn't. Although I saw the previous trailer for Deathloop, so I'm familiar with it.
I'm starting to piece together what it's really about now, right? So,
Hmm.
you're this assassin, and you're stuck in a time loop, and you have to assassinate these 8 people before the end of the time loop, right? So
Hmm.
it looks like it is actually a Majora's Mask, Outer Worlds, I'm sorry, Outer Wilds esque clockwork universe where everything happens at the same time every single day if you don't affect it. So
Hmm.
you have to find a way to affect the world to get your targets closer together so that you can kill more of them more efficiently. But at the same time, there's another assassin who's trying to kill you.
Yes.
And I think that that other assassin is a player or can be a player. If that's what it is, then it's like an asymmetrical versus game where the male character is trying to get rid of his targets and the female character is trying to get rid of the male character.
Hmm.
So I think that, like, no matter if it is what I think it is, which I'm still not sure what if it is, then it's like the male character tries to set up all these dominoes to knock down to get rid of all the targets, but the female character can ruin it at any time and like find you somewhere in the loop and kill you. I think I'm not totally sure, or it could be a first person, I'm sorry, a single player adventure game inside of that clockwork universe, and the other assassin, the female assassin, could just be a boss or a random event that happens that can like ruin your plans. Not totally sure.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. I mean, like, it's piqued my interest. I don't really like the art style that much. I like the music. I like the 70s, like, I mean, what it's basically black exploitation style, like 70s cinema is what they're going for. Um, something that Quentin Tarantino would love very much. But
Hmm.
I'm not totally sure the exactly how it plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching a little bit of the trailer right now. It looks very interesting. It's just hard to tell. It does look like it could be a games as a service kind of thing.
Do you think so?
Uh, yeah, I mean that's what's popular right now. So your theory
I
that
wouldn't. I don't know if I would call it popular. I would call it popular for developers to make. Like nobody's
okay,
raving. Nobody's really raving about this new Avengers game. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean I've heard good things, but
I'm being asked which will I get first, Xbox or PS5. I will get PS5 first, and I'll probably never get Xbox.
ooh,
Yeah,
I'm never gonna get Xbox either though.
I would imagine I would never get the Xbox. Xbox Game Pass again is an amazing service. I love it. I use it all the time. I don't think I would ever buy their box.
Mm.
Um,
There's just too many games on PS5 already that are striking my fancy,
yeah,
and
for real.
Xbox is nothing,
Like, you're kidding me?
nothing at
Like,
all.
Demon. Well, we'll get to that, but like Final Fantasy 16 console exclusive. Obviously, Spider-Man console exclusive. I don't know about Harry Potter being a console exclusive, but like, I think Resident Evil was that a console exclusive too? I know there was a few more.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So Deathloop looks kind of interesting, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting to learn more on that one. Devil May Cry.
Okay.
I skipped it. I don't care. Did you watch that?
No, but I mean, Devil May Cry 5 has already come out, so this says it's a special edition of it.
Yeah.
So, it's already a game I skipped, and I don't intend to go back to. It's not a franchise that I enjoyed the first one when it came out, but it's not
Me
a
too.
franchise that I'm very attached to.
I played 1 and liked it a lot. I played 2 and thought it was like okay, and I never cared about Devil May Cry ever again. I
played
really
DMC, the remake,
You know
when
what
it
it
came
is?
out a few years ago.
I am not attracted to like this J-pop star thing. You know, it's there. There's still something there. You know what I mean? Like the pretty boy like J-pop thing is like I'm not into it. I just it doesn't do it for me. With the exception of maybe like no, that doesn't really count. I was going to say Persona 5, but it's really not like that. I don't know.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
There's a Japanese term for it, but I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to say it. But
did you watch the Oddworld trailer?
honestly, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't get much out of it. It was really short.
I can't get hyped for Oddworld. I know that there are people that are like diehard for Oddworld, and you know the action puzzle
Never understood
stuff. I never understood it either. I don't know why. Yeah, exactly. Like Abe's Oddworld. So there's a new Oddworld. Soulstorm is the game that's coming out.
Yeah,
It's Oddworld. It looks like Oddworld. It doesn't. It just looks like Oddworld.
it does look like Oddworld.
With better shaders, more pixels. You know, higher resolution. It looks like Oddworld. And a lot of
Like
islands.
the same Oddworld I played on PS1, honestly.
Yeah.
Very similar gameplay. I mean, I was like, yeah, this is Oddworld. I haven't played one since PS1,
Yeah.
and I feel like I can pick this up and understand it. But I'm not into Oddworld.
Nope, never have been. I'm sure people who love Oddworld will be super hyped about this. Don't care. And then there was Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which they didn't really show us very much of it. I'm sure that game will be very memeable. People will go ape shit over it. It will be streamed to holy hell. I don't get it. It's just a jump scare game. It's like the Red Letter Media. Oh, creepy clown. It's like that.
Yeah.
Shit,
Creepy Count Simulator or whatever it is. Jump scare simulator.
Yeah, it's a jump scare simulator.
I've seen people play it. I mean, I watched Completionist did a whole very long review series on the first ones. I get it. It's like a creepy whatchamacallit, Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's definitely not going to be a system seller or anything like that, but I'm sure it will sell a billion copies wherever it pops up. Probably because it'll be cheap too.
Good. Yeah, well, good for people that like it. Just not quite for me, but I have nothing against it either.
Yeah. Now this next one, I didn't expect to get so wet and hard for at the same time. The Demon Souls extended gameplay reveal. Holy shit! Did you watch that?
I honestly only caught a little bit of social media on that because I'm not into Demon Souls. But this is rumored for a while. This is coming.
Well, we did learn. We learned about that at the last reveal event. They did show a trailer for it, a very basic trailer, but they showed gameplay for it, and wow, it looks really crispy, man. I would suggest watching that gameplay trailer if you haven't checked it out yet.
I'll take a look. So this is not Dark Souls. This is the original Demon Souls remade, right?
Yeah, this is the original Demon Souls, which is the progenitor of all the Soulsborne games.
Yes, so that was a Sony exclusive, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and this remake is being made by Japan Studios and Bluepoint, and Bluepoint is known for making amazing remakes. They did the Shadow of the Colossus remake. Yeah. Yes.
So totally cool. I should check out that gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk more about it? Tell me what you think.
Well, I did play like a little bit of Demon Souls, and I was like, this is the worst thing ever. It's so hard, and I never played it like ever again. And then Dark Souls came out, and everyone was like, "This is the best game in the world." I've never actually played through all of Dark Souls 1. I've played through Dark Souls 2, which is like one of the worst games ever. I hate that game. I mean, it's fine, but it's really fucked up. I've played through Dark Souls 3. That game is great. I've played through Sekiro. That game is amazing. And I have to play through Bloodborne in October on the channel. And the look of Demon Souls remake is just, it looks so beautiful. I can't believe how good it looks. The textures and the lighting and like the animation, the character models, the environments, they look so beautiful. It looks awesome. Like I think I have to.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to.
I mean, I don't like those kind of games. I did play a little bit of Bloodborne, and I was very frustrated with it. I watched my wife play a lot of it.
You should play Sekiro.
And she got very frustrated with it.
Yeah.
Sekiro is one that I'd like to, but if I want to play a samurai game, you know what I'm going to play.
What, Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, that's what I want. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
It is good, but Sekiro's a better game, I think, at the end of the day.
Really? Okay.
I think in terms of craft, like in pure gameplay craft, I think Sekiro is better. For like an amazing world and environments and just like tone and feeling, Tsushima is great. But it gets a little ridiculous after. It's Assassin's Creed. It is Assassin's Creed. You know, at the end of the day. All right. Next was Unreal Engine Fortnite gameplay. Whatever. Cool.
I didn't watch that. I'm sorry.
Fortnite's going to get prettier. Gotcha.
Yep.
Now the next announcement was insane. Did you?
Which one was this?
The PlayStation Plus collection announced for PS5. Did you see this?
Oh, I don't think I saw this. No,
Dude,
what is that?
How did you? You had time. After I finished my my stream, I started shoveling food in my mouth and watching this whole thing. All right, so Sony's PlayStation Plus collection will let you play a bunch of PS4 classics on PS5 at launch. So if you have PlayStation Plus on PS5, you immediately get access to God of War, The Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, Battlefield 1, Monster Hunter World, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15, The Last Guardian, Ratchet & Clank, Infamous Second Son, Days Gone, Bloodborne, Detroit Become Human, Batman Arkham Knight, Mortal Kombat 10, Persona 5, Until Dawn, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Okay.
That's
impressive.
That's fucking crazy. If you're somebody who's getting into the PlayStation for the first time and you're going to start with the PS5, you basically get all the heavy hitters of PS4, like day one. Yeah. I mean, what is that? What is that? What is that list really missing? I would say Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man. Does
it have Bloodborne? Did you say
it does have Bloodborne? Yeah.
Okay.
Of like some of that older stuff, you're missing Horizon and Spider-Man. I would not expect it to have Final Fantasy VII Remake on it. But just the fact that God of War is on there, like, are you kidding me? They don't want to resell God of War until the end of time?
Well, I mean, that's mostly Sony first-party titles. Final Fantasy 15 and Resident Evil 7 are not, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
They got those on there. Monster Hunter's also Capcom.
Like, excuse me, Persona 5 on there?
Persona 5, yeah, that's... is that Sega or is that Atlas? Well, Atlas is Sega.
Atlas, yeah. Atlas is Sega. Yeah, it's Atlas, though, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's really good. That's a great value.
That's an incredible value. There's a few games on here I didn't play. And obviously, I'll keep my PlayStation Plus subscription going. I did not play The Last Guardian or Ratchet & Clank or Infamous. Detroit
I played Infamous. Infamous is cool.
Every single one of these games I had interest in buying, but I didn't buy them all. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to drop $60 on day one. And it's like time passes and then you just don't pick them up, you know?
Yeah, unless you get them really cheap, you forget about them.
Yeah.
I want to do Detroit Become Human as well. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. I mean, this is not Xbox Game Pass, but it's a step in the right direction. It's not bad. It's not bad.
No.
All right.
Not bad at all.
Next thing. The announcement for the cost and the dates. You can go ahead with this one.
Okay. let me go back here. So the costs are $399 for $400 for the digital and $500 for the one with the disc drive. It's going to be an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. So comparable to Xbox in a lot of ways. The Xbox Series, I can't remember the names.
The X is the
one without
expensive
a
one.
disc drive.
X is expensive.
Yeah.
S is not as expensive.
And the X is $500 as well, right?
Yes, but the S is like 300, isn't it?
The S is 300, but the specs are
worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got larger hard drive, number one for PS5 in both models, and I believe we have better RAM as well.
I believe so. No. The Xbox will have the most powerful shit. But I'm talking about the disparagement between the X and the S is the S takes a performance hit, where the PlayStation Digital, I believe, does not take a performance hit.
Mm.
I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
Yeah. And when's it coming out?
Well,
by the way.
Was it November 12th, I believe it said?
November 12th.
For America.
That's a Thursday.
Yes. So November 12th for America. I think it's at Japan, and then some of the world gets it. I think it's at the 15th.
U.S., Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea on the 12th. The rest of the territories on the 19th.
19th. Okay, so they got to wait a full week.
Yeah.
That's not horrible.
No. Are you going to pre-order it?
The cost? I want to. I talked with my wife, and she goes, "Oh, just $250 a piece, huh? That's not too bad."
Oh, you're going for the disc drive, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna stay physical as long as I can. You know, I like to get physical with you.
I know. I can't see a reason where I would ever get the physical edition.
Really?
Yeah, you know that I
don't
care.
You're not buying games anymore. Yeah.
I mean, I
just feel like you're stuck with this, PSN store prices, and that's it.
I understand what you're saying, but like, I'd rather not be stuck with all the shit in my house.
I hear you.
Yeah. I don't care about the physical media at all. I just want the experience, and that's it. That's all I really care about.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going for disc drive, and I think that the 500 is not terrible. It's not great.
It could have been 6.
That's the thing, is I was expecting 6. I thought there was a pretty decent chance that it was going to be 500 for the digital only.
It could have been, but it might have changed when the Xbox stuff was announced. It might have.
It certainly might have, because this is completely comparable. So
yeah,
that was Xbox is going to be their edge was going to be price.
Yeah,
and they don't have that edge like they thought they were gonna.
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean,
but they have no games.
They have no. They do still have an edge though on their S in terms of price, but I feel like they don't have an edge really anywhere else there on the S. But yeah, you're right. They have no games. They showed nothing. We've said this many weeks in a row. I don't see a reason why I would get an Xbox over a PlayStation. I don't see, especially when they don't even have Halo. We keep saying it, but
yeah. This right here is how many games that I want to get immediately. Miles Morales. Let me go back down here. Resident Evil, Final Fantasy 16. That's 3, 4 right there.
Yep.
We didn't even talk about God of War Ragnarok. Did you see that?
That's because that's the last thing. They showed a teaser at the end. They showed nothing except for some runes and a Stargate. That's what it looked like to me. And yeah, new God of War coming in 2021. It says 2021. Yes. No way.
Yes, but I read on Twitter that it's not God of War 2. It's God of War Ragnarok. Just like Spider-Man is not Spider-Man 2. It's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
So they're using.
So this is more.
Okay, so they're using the same engine within the same assets and remixing them into a different event, a different story, basically, right? Is what you're trying to say?
We don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
They certainly didn't say that. I just read that as speculation, and I think that's a good assessment because Sony does tend to number their sequels when
Yeah.
it's a full sequel,
Yeah.
and when it's like a side story, when it's like an Uncharted Lost Legacy, it's it's not called Uncharted
Yeah.
5, it's Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
When it's when it's not the second game, it's given this subtitle, and it's happened several times. So I don't know.
So do you think that a lot of these launch window games are half measures, and that we won't really see the true power of PlayStation 5 until like a year into the whole situation?
Oh, absolutely. We always see weaker games at launch.
Yeah.
We never get full power until usually a couple years into the system's
I
life
mean, it
cycle.
depends, right? I feel like nothing has really reached like the visual beauty of Breath of the Wild, and that was like a launch in terms of Switch games. I know that game it chugs in a lot of places, but then last year, they released fucking Link to the Past. I'm not Link to the Past. What is it called? Link's Awakening, and that game chugs too. But what?
Yes, but Breath of the Wild is not so much a launch Switch game as it's a very late Wii U game.
That is true. It is a very late Wii U game. Yeah.
So I would consider that like that kind of quality comes at the end of a system's life cycle, which that was really meant to be. If Wii U had been a success, which it wasn't, that would have been its magnum opus kind of thing.
It's swan song.
Yeah. But instead, we got an awesome Switch launch game. But we're this has some great potential. We're a long way away from like PS2 launch games where what do you remember about that launch or PS3's launch?
PS3's launch, wasn't Metal Gear on there? Metal Gear 4? No, it wasn't up there.
No, I wish.
I can't.
No, that came later. It was like Red Faction or something.
Okay. Well, I'm hype. I'm pretty fucking hyped. Like, I'm more hyped than I thought I was going to be. Starting it with Final Fantasy 16, and a Final Fantasy 16 that looked really good to me compared to stuff I've been playing by them, except for, of course, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Yeah, I mean, I just want one. I want one. I have no hesitation at the moment.
You're missing a lot of pre-orders by talking to me.
Amazon. I mean, I would do it on Amazon. It's not up there yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up there yet. Anyway, what you been playing? We've already gone 52 minutes, so we might as well get to our epilogue here.
Okay, I'm still playing Ys 8. I was away for a lot of last week, so I haven't gotten a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
It's like a 35, 40-hour RPG, and I'm like 6 or 7 hours in. Yeah. So not much to talk about right now with that. What about you? What have you been playing?
Yeah, that was a quick one. So I beat Chrono Trigger today.
Mm-hmm.
That was my 4th play session with it. When I got to the end,
nice.
When I got to Lavos, I saved scummed him because I just didn't want to have to fight all of his forms over and over again. So I did die to him once. Yeah, I died to him once and changed my strategy a little bit. And I had in my final party, I had Chrono, Marley, and Robo. And I had Marley, hasting everybody, and just that those few extra actions that we got from hasting got me to the end of the game. Beat it. It's still my favorite goddamn game of all time. It was great playing through it. It was great playing through it again, but I was done with it because I'm replaying Breath of the Wild right now. I've been replaying it since last Friday. I'm doing so because of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity coming out in like a month or so. Or is it 2 months? Is it November? I can't remember.
I believe it's November.
Okay, November 20th, I want to say. And I just wanted to
Are you planning on picking that up?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I don't like Dynasty Warrior games. I don't really care about Hyrule Warriors, but because it is canon prequel to Breath of the Wild, I am going to get it. And I also want to play as Rivali and shoot arrows at people that have like wind attached to them.
All right, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that when that comes out eventually.
I'm about like 20 hours or something like that. And let me see, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then extra 4 hours, 6 times 3, 18. Yeah, I'm probably like 22 hours or something into Breath of the Wild right now.
That's impressive.
I beeline as soon as I got the I did the plateau, and then I talked to Impa. I went to Haitano. I went back to Impa. I cleared up all that stuff, got all the quests ready, and I was like, I'm gonna play it totally different this time because like I'm intent on exploring. So the first thing I did was I went up to the Rudo village or Rito village, I forget what they're called, to kill the bird so that I could get Rivali's Gale. To make just jumping around the map way easier. And then yesterday I beat the elephant. I forget what it's called.
Oh wow! So you're moving through it fast.
Yeah, I've already got the Zora one done, and I've got the bird one done.
I was probably like 30 plus hours in before I even touched a dungeon, man.
Yeah.
But there's so much you could just start walking.
Oh yeah, I know.
You just find something. You're just in an adventure.
I mean that's how that game is, and I that was happening to me again, and I was like, I need to focus. I need to like set a goal and do something, you know. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me right now.
Oh wow, okay. I thought you were playing more than that.
Nope, I've been playing lots of Breath of the Wild. That's what I've been on right now. I did play a great game.
Are you going to play the DLC?
I forgot there was one thing. Last week I played this game called Star Renegades, which is a roguelike RPG set in like a Star Wars type universe with maybe the most beautiful pixel graphics I've ever seen. That game is very good. I will come back to it eventually, but Breath of the Wild for right now.
Okay.
And that's all I got to say right now.
Okay.
All right. I'm hyped. Let's go buy these PlayStation 5s. Get there before the scalper bots do. I'm sure they'll fuck us. We won't be able to get a PlayStation for months. And I'm also going to get an Oculus Quest. And all right, that's about it.
All right, well, I'm going to go stand outside of GameStop, I guess, and see if I can get a pre-order in.
Yep. Sounds good.
No, it doesn't. That's garbage. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.